Good morning. The body warmer is back in action this morning. It's freezing again. Or is it just right, actually? I think it's just right. It's good. It's good weather once you get walking. Everything's just right, only bad clothing, isn't it? Anyway, we are here, and we wouldn't be able to appreciate the sun if we didn't have these cloudy, rainy days. I know it sounds cliche, but it's exactly the same with anything else. With be able to appreciate the things we're doing well, the things that we enjoy more, the barbecues, family stuff, all those things that we talk about. And the headline I've just put up here is one workout away, because it's been a bit of a theme this week. Twice yesterday, someone said to me, I've had a really bad day. So one occasion, I had a really bad day, didn't want to do something. I put my clothes in the bag to go and do a workout. Then I changed my mind, went back. Then I changed my mind again, then went back, changed my mind again, went back. And I finally did it, and I felt so much better afterwards. Again, one workout away from changing the way you feel. Someone else said that, had a really bad day, struggled a bit, long day at work, just did a workout, and I felt so much better afterwards. And it's a reminder that we all have strategies for the way we feel, whether good or bad. So we all have a strategy for feeling rubbish, we all have a strategy for feeling good. And for me, I know for a fact, like, my strategy for feeling rubbish is going to bed later than 10. If I'm choosing to feel rubbish the next day, and I've almost got to be careful the next day that I definitely get a nap in or meditation in, or just accept that, hey Lucy, how are you? I've almost got to accept that I'm going to be not on it unless I get a nap or some kind of meditation, just a switch from a bit that tired feeling, and not be too hard on myself at the same time. But more on this another day. But I'm quite conscious of, when you can be stressed, you can be tired, and it all happens to all of us. We all go through times like that. But then you walk through your door and your kids are there, and you can easily take it out on them ever so slightly. We don't mean to, but we're like, I've got all this to do, thinking in your head. But that's important. It's just a switch. I'm going off on a tangent as always. Switch kind of types of what moods you're in, and it's hard to do because we're so in the habit of like either being on it or not. But something I find quite helpful is to even do a little bit of deep breathing before changing the state of what you're doing. So if you bang into your work, then you head into the kitchen. That's when it can often lead into overeating, comfort eating. Whereas if when you finish your day at work, normally you might have a drive home, you might have a walk you can do, or would have to have done in the past, to drive home where you can listen to some good music. That can change the way you feel. All these things can impact us. And I used to say, back in the day when we used to travel to work every day, was that, what room do you go back into after a long day? And it'd be like, the first room I go into is the kitchen. And we always do it to check the post, because we leave the post in the kitchen. Isn't it weird? Anyway, but then we get distracted, we're a little bit peckish. What's in the fridge? I'll have a look. Then we open the fridge and we've got a choice. And I used to say to people, get in the car, and if you can, go for a little wander around. Just that's your wind down walk, and just to get the adrenaline down, because it's so high at that time. Anyway, I always have a habit of going into that nutrition space. Stay out of it today. It's about how to change the way you feel. Anyway, but I guess that is right, because changing the way you feel with that exercise, with the walk, can impact what you do, and that will impact the results you get. Can you tell I've just had a little nap? Anyway, and by nap I mean literally shutting my eyes, and you can call it whatever you want. Controlled recovery period could be just looking outside and getting some daylight into your eyes, which can wake you up as well, rather than just kind of being inside and not really seeing anything. Anyway, so just remember, we have a strategy for feeling rubbish, strategy for feeling good, and the more we can acknowledge when we feel good and what we do, the more we have a plan, because then it becomes a choice. And when it becomes a choice, that's when we can take ownership of the situation, and we're generally happier, because when we have a choice, we are happier. So then I can say, okay, do I want to feel good tomorrow? Yes, I do. I want to have more energy. I want to feel fitter. I want to have the motivation to exercise more, to get more done, to be better around the kids, all these things. So my choice is to go to bed now because of that. Then if I choose not to, I'm choosing for the opposite. So by default, if I say yes to one thing, I say no to the other thing. If I say no to one thing, I'm saying yes to the other thing. And then you've got a simple yes/no answer. Do I want to do that? Do I not? If I had a bad day, like what we went through earlier, so yesterday, two of the ladies said, I had a really bad day, work, stress, but the exercise changed the way I feel really quickly. I feel so much better now. All of a sudden, that's a little strategy in there that you've got, right, I know if I want to finish the day on a high, I can do X, Y, Z. Then you've got your strategy set out and we can make a choice. So just remember, no matter how bad day, how bad, it's too hard, it's too much, you could possibly be only one workout away. And it's amazing, isn't it amazing how that you could change your outlook on perspective on things, life, just the way you feel, which is by moving. And sometimes, I'm going to finish with this one, sometimes moving doesn't do it. And if it doesn't, then go into the space of how can I help someone else? Because when you're in that space, quite often people will be reluctant to do something for them. So just do something for someone else. Make someone laugh, give someone something, and it will make you feel better instantly. All of a sudden, you've changed the way you feel again. Anyway, hope that helps. One-to-ones, online, in-person sessions. I'll see you soon. Take care.